And good evening. We are live here for this season opening Bayou Sports broadcast between the HL Bourgeois Braves and Ascension Catholic. Casey Just Clear here. We'll be live throughout the night. Cannot believe football season is already here. Ascension Catholic is going to be kicking it away to the Braves. And we'll be getting rolling here in just a second. All of the off season, all of the things and the hard work that you put in. It's all for nights like tonight. It is a wet and rainy night tonight, folks. The box for you guys is over there.
Gotta go on the other side, he said.
Ascension Catholic will be kicking it away. Conditions at kickoff. We are 78 degrees and it is drizzling. It is going to be drizzling throughout. Bear with us with the Ascension Catholic roster. I got a phone roster. It's not all that thorough. We do have HL Bourgeois covered. We are underway with a pop-up kick going towards the sideline. Will be fielded at about the 25-yard line, working up the field, bouncing outside across the 30. Hit and slung down at the 38-yard line. That was number 11 for the Braves on the return, Braden Bro. So good opening field position for HL Bourgeois to get this thing started off. Here at Tom B. Smith Stadium. And if you're wondering why a Thursday, well, Terrebonne is back at home tomorrow here, taking on Riverside Academy. HL Bourgeois is led by Connor Wallace, the starting quarterback, multi-year starter. He's got Malik Miles in the backfield with him, ball in the left hash. 1st and 10 for the Braves. Actually, that's Miles taking the snap, and it's a handoff to the outside. A nice gain across midfield, driving for a first down. HL Bourgeois gives the ball to Kadar Mitchell on the first play. Direct snap to Miles, and it's a first down for HL Bourgeois. It's a little wrinkle there shown by Coach Washington, and the Braves get a first down on the first play of the game. First and 10, another opportunity. Inside hand. Oh, Miles keeps it this time. Short gain, but he's pushing forward. Has a nice little surge there. Still driving. Gets to about the 42-yard line. So a gain of about 3 or 4 for Miles. You could hear the HL Bourgeois coaches in the other booth saying, we got to stop tiptoeing. They want him to hit that hole hard and get rolling. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Ball in the right hash. Miles gets the snap. It's an inside handoff to Mitchell. Mitchell will fall forward across the 40. Minimal gain. But it is another positive play, and that'll bring up 3rd down and short for HLB. It's a Bourgeois team that struggled last season. Boy, what it would mean to them if they could go down the field and score here on the first drive. They are in plus territory, playing a 3rd and short. Miles will keep it up the middle. He's got a first down and more. He may house this one. 20, 15, 10. He's shoved out of bounds near the pylon. That is another Terrebonne General first down. But what a run that time from Miles, and HL Bourgeois is cooking. Nice job by the offensive line. Marcus Celestine, Naheem Hassan, Kentra Lacey, William Brown, Donald Williams getting that hole for the big, powerful running back. And the Braves are in the red zone. 1st and goal. Miles takes the snap again, hands it to Mitchell. He walks into the end zone. Touchdown, HL Bourgeois. 2 minutes into the game, the Braves strike first, go straight down the field. Miles playing quarterback, and he and Mitchell waltz the team down the field. The Braves strike first. That is a wonderful opening drive for Coach Sterling Washington and his team. The extra point try will be attempted by Colby Guidry. The holder is going to be number 12, Trey Thibodeau. Snap is there, kick is up, and it is right down Broadway. HL Bourgeois has a 7-0 lead here over Ascension Catholic. We're just getting underway. Stick around. We'll be right back after these commercial timeouts.
My name's Courtney Dewey. My name's Cameron Ojno. I'm Caitlin Hyder. My name's Phoenix Bure. I'm Lily Howley. I'm Caitlin Luke. I'm Caroline Hebel. My name's Sarah Wallace. I'm Marley Roberts. My name's Paige. We are the South Booze Varsity Volleyball Team, and we support Bayou Sports. Go Stars!
All right, HL Bourgeois goes down the field and scores. It is 7-0 in the early stages. Kadar Mitchell punches it in. Now Ascension Catholic will get their turn. Like number 29 for the Braves, kicking away. Colby Guidry. Kicking from left to right. See if the Braves' kick coverage could pin them back deep. Bombs away. Here's the kick. Is a pop-up kick. It'll be fielded at about the 15-yard line, dropped by the return man working up the field, and he will be stacked up near the 33-yard line. So a pretty good return, but good kick coverage also from HL Bourgeois. That was number 7 for Ascension Catholic. Let me see if I got a number 7 on my roster. Let's see. According to my roster, that is Trevor Johnson. According to my roster, the quarterback is Camille LaBeouf in a pistol set. LaBeouf gets the snap, inside handoff, big old hole, and running through that hole and getting a first down is the tailback number 2, Chad Elzy. So early on, the defenses don't have an answer for the offense as HL Bourgeois goes down the field and scores. Now Ascension Catholic getting a first down on the first play. I remember Chad Elzy from last year. He's a good one. Expect to see a heavy dose of him today. LaBeouf staying in that pistol. Elzy behind him. LaBeouf sending a man in motion. Bourgeois sends a run blitz. Elzy's got the handoff, picking through the line. Very short gain, falling right about the 48-yard line. Better job that time from Bourgeois, limiting him to a gain of about 2. 8:50 to go in the opening quarter. HL Bourgeois strikes first. They lead 7-0. I forgot to get it in the last drive, but it is the State Bank and Trust Company red zone. HL Bourgeois got there today and punched it in. And all home team first downs are brought to you by Terrebonne General. Trips to the left. LaBeouf waiting on the snap. High snap, gets it to Elzy. And he nearly loses his footing, but stays on his feet and falls forward across midfield, across the 45 to the 43. And that will be a first down. We have an injured Bulldog on the play. That's big number 72, big lineman out there. When you got a 5A school taking on a 1A school, and by the way, my roster doesn't have a 72, so I apologize to anybody who may be watching. But when you have a 5A school taking on a 1A school, that's the concern is, right, that will the numbers stack up? Can HL Bourgeois wear them down? Looks like the young man is okay, walking off with a little help from the trainers. Thank goodness for the turf field, because without it, we would be tearing up Tom B. Smith Stadium here today. It has been raining all week. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. It's supposed to rain for some of the day Saturday. Fortunately, and I'm knocking on wood, there's no lightning associated with these storms, so we should be able to get the whole game in. LaBeouf in the gun. Got the snap, a high snap. He rolls out. He's throwing it deep down the field. He's got a man, and it's caught. And it will be run out of bounds at the 27-yard line. That is number 9 for Ascension Catholic making the grab. That's Trevin Simon. So good-looking pitch and catch there. The Bulldogs show that they could run it and also that they could throw it. This is a solid Class 1A school, a team that is used to making the playoffs, used to making some pushes. LaBeouf with Elzy in the backfield. Sending a man in motion. LaBeouf gets the high snap, hands it off to Elzy, picking through the line, and he's going to be running a long way, driving forward inside the 5, dropped at the 3, maybe the 2. Good, strong, hard run there from the Bulldogs running back, and that's a first down, first and goal. So the Braves strike first, but Ascension Catholic is threatening very heavily to answer here, and it'll be a defensive timeout by H.L. Bourgeois. See, Coach Corey Sullivan is not happy. Having some communication issues, and he's trying to get his guys fired up. Let's go ahead and pause and take a quick timeout here. It's 7-0, but Ascension Catholic knocking on the door here on Bayou Sports. All right, it'll be first and goal as play resumes at the 3-yard line. Ascension Catholic with LaBeouf and Elzy in the backfield. LaBeouf waiting on the snap. LaBeouf with the ball in the left hash. Now they shuffle around the personnel. Play clock still down to 15. They've got plenty time. Gets the snap. It's a handoff right tackle, and he's going to get into the end zone easily. Elzy gets in untouched. And Ascension Catholic goes right down the field and answers H.L. Bourgeois' score. It's 7-6 pending the extra point try. So the Class 1A school says, hey, we've got some playmakers too. They go down the field, answer H.L. Bourgeois' score. The Braves better be careful. This is a swinging gate alignment. And a timeout is called by whom? We have a stoppage. We got a piece of equipment on the field that the official is going to be removing. H.L. Bourgeois has enough guys to the left on the swinging gate, and they do have guys to the right. I think that this will close into an extra point in just a second. But we shall see. Yeah, here they go. The Braves did have it stacked up very well. So we await the extra point, which will be attempted from number 7, which according to my roster is Trevor Johnson. The snap is there. The kick is up. He missed it. That is no good. He missed it wide right. So both teams score, but H.L. Bourgeois converted the extra point. So we're about midway through the opening quarter. The Braves lead 7-6. We'll be right back after these messages here on Bayou Sports. Welcome back here. Ascension Catholic goes down the field and scores, but they're not able to tie the game up because HL Bourgeois forced the missed extra point. Kickoff is a deep one. Boy, big old leg. It'll bounce at the 5. It'll be picked up at about the 3. Working down the sideline, hit and dropped at the 23-yard line is number 3 for the Braves, Jaja Jones. So the Braves will take over deep in their own territory, but boy, they muscled forward in their first drive. 7:07 to go in the opening quarter. Happy you're with us here tonight. Happy we're able to be here tonight on such a wet and rainy day in southeast Louisiana. Hey, the Braves are bringing out Connor Wallace. He was the starting quarterback and listed in the lineup. We saw nothing but Miles back there in the opening drive, but now Wallace in a loaded backfield. Wallace gets the snap. It's a handoff to Mitchell, picking through the line. Short gain, not a whole lot. Good job there by the Ascension Catholic defensive front. We'll bring up about 2nd and 9. Looking around, I don't believe Miles is in the game currently. Yeah, he's in there now. He's the guy dotting the I in this pistol set. Wallace gets the snap. He'll hand it to Miles this time. Trying to bounce outside. He's going to be hit and dropped for a loss. Good job by the Ascension Catholic defense that time. Bottling him up in open field. And that is going to lead to a 3rd and long, 3rd and 11 for HLB. And I think we also are going to have our heat and humidity timeout right at the 6-minute mark. So heat and humidity break, we'll take the break with them. There's a couple of messages from our sponsors here on Bayou Sports.
Hi, my name's Alea Gidry from Lady Flash, and I support Bayou Sports.
Third and long for HL Bourgeois out of the heat and humidity timeout. Wallace will probably be asked to put it in the air. Nope, it's going to be an outside run this time, and they're not going to get anything. A good job tackling in the open field. Celestine got the football, and Ascension Catholic was not fooled. So Coach Washington says, hey, on a wet and rainy night, I don't want to put the ball in the air. He puts it on the ground on 3rd and long, and Ascension Catholic's up to the task. So we're going to see our first punt of the game. It looks like it's doggone Miles who's the punter. Man who does a little bit of everything for these Braves. See if he could get a good one away. Play clock down to 7. The snap is there. They're not even sending a rush. He kicks it away high in the air. It's going to be dropped, and HL Bourgeois got it. That is a turnover by the Bulldogs. The return man had it bounce right off of his shoulder pads, and HL Bourgeois fell right on the football. I think that's number 11 who fell on it. If so, that's Braden Bro, and Bourgeois will catch a break after going 3 and out. They'll force the special teams turnover, and they'll have the football at their own 47. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Braves at their own 47. And we're going to see the Miles at quarterback package again. He and Mitchell. Waiting on the snap. Miles got it. He's going to keep it. Mitchell clearing the way. He loses the football, but it pops right into the hands of a Braves player who then fumbles it out of bounds. So we have seen now 3 fumbles in the last 2 plays in a wet football. So H.L. Bourgeois does gain 8 yards on the play. Very fortunate that those 2 fumbles, both the first one popped up in the air right to a teammate, and the second one trickled out of bounds. Wallace in the gun. 2nd down and 2. Ball at the Bulldog 45-yard line. Wallace. And Bourgeois will call timeout right at the snap. So something was going wrong there, and it's their second charge timeout with 4:17 to go. Let's go ahead and take it with them. It's 7-6 Braves. The Braves are driving after forcing a turnover. Thanks for watching here on Bayou Sports. All right, H.L. Bourgeois has the football after calling their second timeout of the half. They are in plus territory. It's 2nd and short. Wallace will be in the gun with, I believe, Mitchell. Wallace gets the snap, inside handoff to Mitchell, bouncing her outside. He's hit hard, but he does fall forward for a first down. Good hard run there from Kadar Mitchell. If you are familiar with H.L. Bourgeois athletics, you know Kadar Mitchell is one heck of a gifted athlete. He's one heck of a basketball player. He ain't bad in football either, as he's showing tonight. He's already scored a touchdown and a good strong run there to be 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Ball in the left hash. Looking around, it doesn't seem to be raining all that hard right now. Some of the folks have umbrellas. Others are just riding it out. Wallace waiting on the snap. Rolls out. Throws it to the flats. Oh, that was nearly intercepted. He was trying to get the football to Derek Celestine, but the defensive back for the Bulldogs, number 9. Let me see if I could shout out the name there. He jumped that route, and he was ready to go the other way with it. The guy defending the pass was Trevin Simon. Apologize for getting to the Ascension Catholic names a little slower if you're listening out in that area. I don't have a clear paper roster. I'm just going by Max Preps. Wallace drops back here, shoots it deep down the field, and it's picked off. It'll basically be like a punt, but boy, what's going to hurt H.L. Bourgeois there is, boy, Miles was open. If that ball was thrown a little harder and with a little more air under it, they could probably convert it for a touchdown pass. Just a little bit too much air under the ball, and Ascension Catholic turns their turnover into an H.L. Bourgeois turnover with 3:24 to go in the opening quarter. But they'll be in their own territory pretty deep at the 18-yard line. LaBeouf will be operating out of that pistol with Chad Elzy, who has been a menace over the last couple of years to opponents. Now he's flanked out. It's an empty set. LaBeouf should be throwing unless if he's keeping it on a draw. He will be looking to the slant, and he's got it complete. Making a man miss, dancing up the field at the 35-yard line that time. A good job by the Ascension Catholic receiver, number 9. There's our guy again. We called out the name a couple times, Trevin Simon. So it'll be 1st and 10, and that's a way to get yourself out of the hole. If you're the Bulldogs, 2:47 and counting. LaBeouf with Elzy. LaBeouf directing traffic here. Trips to the right for Ascension Catholic. LaBeouf, H.L. Bourgeois sending a run blitz. It's a bubble screen trying to cut through the defenders as the wide receiver picks up about 8. Good solid gain that time. Let's see if I can get an ID on the young man. It was number 7, which is Trevor Johnson. LaBeouf really commands this offense well. He's smooth back there. He's poised. You could see that he's a guy who is very comfortable. And it is 2nd and 3. They're going to give it to Elsie this time. He's got a nice hole driving across midfield, dropped at the 46. So a good gain and another first down for Ascension Catholic. First and 10. Ball at the 46-yard line. 1:35 to go. LaBeouf with a high snap, hands it to Elsie, picking through the line. The Braves do a better job that time. They'll limit him to a short gain. Let's see, I see number 42 in there. Let's see if I can give an idea of that young man. That would be Lawrence Mitchell, a sophomore. I also saw 44 near the ball. That'd be Wilbert Leday. Gain of about 3. Right at the 1-minute mark in the opening quarter, LaBeouf will throw it backwards to Elsie. The Braves are there, and the Braves got him for a loss. A great job by the H.L. Bourgeois defense. The ball is out, but I think they'll say forward progress had stopped. My guy, Marquand George, was one of the Braves that were in on the stop that time. Marquand, another one of those great basketball players. It is 3rd and long for Ascension Catholic. 38 seconds to go in the opening quarter. LaBeouf in an empty set, 5 receiver set. Directing traffic still has plenty of time on the play clock. They've got to get to the H.L. Bourgeois 35-yard line. LaBeouf looking around. Is going to get the snap, and it's going to be a screen, and Bourgeois is going to make the tackle at the 41-yard line. After a minimal gain, it's going to be 4th down and about 7 when play resumes. We are through 1 quarter here. H.L. Bourgeois has a 7-6 lead. We will be right back here on Bayou Sports. All right, we begin the second quarter here with a very big play. It'll be 4th and 7 for Ascension Catholic at the H.L. Bourgeois 42. I think if you're the Braves, step 1, you want to watch the football. You don't want to give them 5 free yards. Step 2, you don't want to get beat deep here as you would be expecting a pass play with LaBeouf. The teams are still making their way out onto the field. Elsie's actually going to leave the field. They're going to add another wide receiver. The Braves have a 7-6 lead, but boy, it would go a long way to helping them out if they could get a stop here on 4th and 7. They're going to have to move up there's something going on with the chains here. The chains are sitting at the 38 and the 36, but the ball's at the 42. So either the chains are wrong or the ball is wrong. I think the ball's right. I think the ball should be at the 42. I think they got to reset the chains. And Mr. Twin, Mr. Chasson, is going to be on top of that one. He's going to get that organized and get that situated. We do have an issue with the chains. Definitely got to have that right before a big fourth down play. As they're where they've got the chains marked right now, it'd be 4th and 16, and it is certainly not 4th and 16. We had 4th and 7 here. I think they'll get that organized and lined up. Yep, they're going to communicate that message now. So they'll get that situated. Let's go ahead and just pause the mics and just give ourselves a second to breathe here as we await this fourth down play. All right, let's do it. The chains are reset. It is 4th and 7 at the 42. They've got to get to the 35-yard line. LaBeouf will be in there. Looks like it's a trip set to the left. LaBeouf is going to be in the gun. HL Bourgeois' defense trying to get off the field. Fourth down and 7 here. Ascension Catholic trying to convert a big fourth down. We had a little chain bugaboo. I think we've got that organized now. We've got our white cap official back in place. We'll start the play clock in just a second. And here we go. Let's rock and roll. The first play of the second quarter. Or second play of the second quarter, rather. There's the snap. LaBeouf throws it to the sideline. Caught for a first down at the 30-yard line. A good timing pattern that time. They hit number 9, who is open there. There's a flag on the play, and it's going to come back. I did not see the flag. The pass was completed to Simon, but the flag is at the 38-yard line. It's going to be a legal shift on Ascension Catholic. So it's going to be fourth down and about 12 now. And now they may just punt it away. So the ball is going to be moved back. It'll be 4th and about 11 or so. And, yeah, it does look like they're going to be punting it away. So the Braves appear to have gotten a stop. And it'll be 4th down and 11. There's the snap. The kick is wobbly towards the sidelines. It's going to bounce. Oh, boy, this could be trouble. It's going to go out of bounds at about the 2. What a punt that time from Ascension Catholic. They do an outstanding job in special teams, and the Braves are going to be buried in a hole. And on a night when the football is wet, that is going to be a big challenge for Bourgeois here, up a point. So Ascension Catholic special teams costed them a point on the extra point try, but their punt team there shines, getting the coffin corner. They'll mark it out of the 4.
I gotta still be a little bit soft, Coach. Squeezing and spilling. That's what it's gonna come down to.
Up to the Braves now to try to get out of this hole. Let's see who they got at quarterback. It looks like it might be Miles. They've been alternating between he and Wallace. Yeah, it is going to be Miles, and I think he's under center. Miles is going to just keep it up the middle on a sneak. He dives across the 5-yard line. Minimal gain, just getting a little room for himself. Heck, I say minimal gain. He picked up about 2 or 3. Not a bad push there for a quarterback sneak play. Second down and 7. Now Miles in the gun. A couple of backs with him. He keeps it, and he gets hit and stacked up. He gets driven back into the end zone. His forward progress will negate the safety, but he is back behind the original line to about the 3. And boy, if you're Bourgeois, you don't want to have to punt it from here. This would be a really tricky situation, especially on a wet night.
Okay, good. I just switched headset. I'm just making sure you can hear me.
3rd down and 11, 10-10 and counting in the second quarter. And I think Bourgeois has just called their final timeout of the half. Yes, they have. So let's take it with them. Bourgeois is going to ponder this big 3rd down play, buried in their own territory. Let's take a break here. They're up a point, 7-6 on Ascension Catholic. It's opening night here on Bayou Sports. The timeout is about to wrap up. The Braves have no more for the final 10 minutes and 3 seconds of the opening half. They're about to play a big 3rd down and 11 in their own end zone. See if they go under center or if they do the gun here. There's the snap. Wallace will roll out, nearly steps out of the back of the end zone, and he's going to throw it in the air, and it's going to be incomplete, I think. Yep, out of bounds.
Yes, sir. I have the personnel coming in and out. I'll let you know.
The Braves are going to be looking to punt it away.
Okay.
We apologize for the light issues. We had the lights off, and boy, the lights being on are really killing our video right now. We're gonna do the best that we can to get those turned off. There's the snap. It is a wobbly kick that is going to take an Ascension Catholic roll, and it'll be down at the 35-yard line. We're going to see if we could get these lights turned off, because, boy, it's killing both of our films here. I'm filming with the HL Bourgeois student. 9:41 to go in the opening half.
Yeah, Coach. Yeah.
There we go. What's your name?
Zamir.
Zamir is the MVP of the night, saving the video, getting the lights turned back off. 1st and 10.
Let me see, Coach.
Ascension Catholic after the punt. Sorry, we've been not necessarily paying all that much attention to the game with the stuff going on outside. Zamir, I'm going to switch back to my other spot in just a second. LaBeouf awaiting the snap, ball in the right hash. HL Bourgeois has been put in a tough defensive predicament. Can they stiffen up? It's a little bit of a high snap. They'll hand it off to LZ. He's going to be hit and dropped at the 31, so a short gain that time. All right, 2nd down and 6. Ball at the 31-yard line. LaBeouf in an empty set. Waiting on the snap. HL Bourgeois does not bluff on the hard count. 8:41 and counting here in the opening half. LaBeouf in an empty set. The play clock is off, and now he's going to throw it deep. Does he have a receiver? It's batted up in the air, and it falls incomplete. Good coverage by HL Bourgeois that time. And it falls incomplete. Third down and about 6 for the Bulldogs. Well, Bourgeois' defense has been pretty good tonight. They have been put into some tough situations, but they have been very tough. It'll be 3rd and 6. You figure 2 plays for Ascension Catholic to potentially get the first down here. LaBeouf and LZ. In that pistol set, strong side of the field to the left. LaBeouf is going to do a little option. He pitches it to LZ, who gets the pitch and is dropped for a loss. An outstanding open field tackle by the HL Bourgeois defense. It's 4th down and about 8 now. That was an excellent tackle and an excellent play there by the Braves. And we have a timeout, an official's timeout. So let's go ahead and pause with them. It's about to be a 4th down play, a big 4th down play. Bourgeois trying to get a stop. Still clinging to that 1-point lead. Thanks for watching. It's Bayou Sports. All right, welcome back. It's 4th down and about 7 for Ascension Catholic. They're going to have trips to the right. 8:05 to go in the opening half. This is a big play in the ball game. Can the Braves get a stop after punting from their own end zone? Still a little rain coming down, but not a whole lot. Not as much as earlier. Big play here, LaBeouf in an empty set. He's got the snap. He is looking down the middle, and it's incomplete. And Bourgeois is going to get a stop. The pass was intended for Elsie, and he overshot the receiver, and Bourgeois does a wonderful job. They're in a short field, and they do not allow any points. So it's 7:54 to go in the opening half. HL Bourgeois will take over on downs with a chance to try to add to their lead. See which Braves quarterback will be out there. We've seen a little bit of Miles. We've seen a little bit of Wallace. See if the Braves are going to have Miles in their center. See if they could get a push. Boy, they went straight down the field on the first drive of the game. Have not had a whole lot of offensive success since then. Miles hands it off to Mitchell, trying to hang on, and he's dropped at the 35. Just not a whole lot of a push there, and a good open field tackle there by Ascension Catholic as well. Seems like they're sending and committing that safety to the run defense. And that is, well, I don't have an 11 on my roster, so I apologize. It was 11 who made the tackle. Another play or two, and then we're going to get in the heat and humidity timeout. Second down and about 8. Miles in the gun. We'll hand it off to Mitchell off right tackle, and he is going to break to the outside. Here he goes. He is going to get a Terrebonne General first down to the 44-yard line. Looked like Kadar could have kept it to the outside initially, instead cut inside, but then a good job keeping his legs going, and he does move the chains. That is a Terrebonne General first down. 6:40 and counting in the opening half. Bourgeois has a 7-6 lead, trying to add to it. Miles and Mitchell in that backfield. They have been in the backfield for most of the game. Probably the last snap before the heat and humidity break. They are going to hand it to, well, Miles keeps it that time on the outside, falls forward near midfield, dropped at about the 49. So a nice gain. And this is the way that HL Bourgeois wants to play. They want to have possession of the football. They want to control the ball. They want to control the clock. And they feel like they could wear down their opponent playing this way. It is our 6-minute heat and humidity timeout. Let's take it with them. Bourgeois at midfield trying to add to their lead. Thanks for watching. Bayou Sports.
Hello, my name is Connor Lally, and I play at Covenant Christian Academy, and I support Bayou Sports.
Hello, my name is Landon Meathead Dardar. I play for South Lucas High School, and I support Bayou Sports.
All right, out of the heat and humidity timeout, Bourgeois will have the football playing a 2nd down and 6 near midfield. It has been the 1-2 punch of Miles and Mitchell. It's a low snap this time. They hand it off on a sweep. Now cutting back inside, the ball's out. Who's going to fall on the football? Ascension Catholic's got it. I think it was number 8 on the carry for HL Bourgeois, which would be Derek Celestine, and a tackle with the arm just kind of punched the football out, and Ascension Catholic forces a turnover with 5:43 to go. Now we're going to find out if the Bourgeois defense could come up strong again, as they have, frankly, throughout the course of the night. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Bulldogs' 47-yard line. HL Bourgeois got the ball first, so this is a chance for the Bulldogs to get 2 consecutive possessions. LaBeouf with Elsie. I really think this team is at their best when they're running that football. They have thrown it a little bit and have had very limited success. Their touchdown drive, it was a lot of number 2 running the ball. Now it is an empty set. They're going to hand it on a sweep, bouncing outside, hit near midfield, and drop just across midfield. And it's a short gain. Good defense by Bourgeois. Good tackling by Bourgeois. Early in the season, you're kind of concerned a little bit about the tackling. Don't know how much live work the teams have gotten, but the Braves have been pretty good at that. You know, something that really also probably helps HL Bourgeois in that realm is they had to tackle E.D. White in the Jamboree. That is no easy task. 2nd down and about 7 here. Ball just across midfield. LaBeouf with Elsie in that pistol look. Sending a man in motion. There's the snap. Is going to give it to Elsie, and he's going to be dropped. Pretty much no gain there. Big number 9 got his paws on him and dropped him to the turf. That is Tyron Winslow. Winslow is the Division I prospect who is being recruited by several schools around the country. He got a big old surge that time and put him on the ground. Now it's 3rd and 7. Ball right at the midfield stripe. Boy, you can see the nose of the ball right at the red of that midfield stripe. Bourgeois with a chance to do it again on defense. They have been outstanding tonight in that phase. There's the snap. LaBeouf under some pressure steps up. He's got some room to run. He's across midfield. He's hit and he's dropped short of the marker. So it's going to be 4th down and short. 4th and about 2. Ball at the 45-yard line. 4:07 and counting. They actually put it back to the 46-yard line, which will make it 4th and about 3. Every time the Brave defense is needed to make a play today, they have come up big. Can they do it one more time? 3:50 and counting in the opening half. Ascension Catholic trying to run or throw for this 1st down on 4th and 3. LaBeouf comes with the hard count the Braves don't offer. The play clock is off, and a timeout called by Ascension Catholic. So good discipline by HL Bourgeois, not jumping off sides. We'll take the timeout with them. It's a 7-6 ball game. We've got a good one here. It's opening night on Bayou Sports. All right, welcome back here. It's opening night, 4th and 3 for Ascension Catholic at the HL Bourgeois 46-yard line. Casey Gisclair here. LaBeouf and LZ will be in that pistol set. Can Ascension Catholic get a push and get a big first down? Man in motion. They're going to hand it to LC, and he's going to be hit, and he did not get it. He did not get it. An outstanding job by the HL Bourgeois defense, not allowing them to get a push. LZ's thrown off the field. Coach Sullivan's going wild, and the Braves threw him back. 3:17 to go in the opening half. They're beating on the press box here at Tom B. HL Bourgeois gets the turnover on downs. Now, can they turn this short field into some offense? The defensive front for HL Bourgeois tonight has been outstanding. Shout out some of those boys. Of course, we talked about Winslow a second ago. How about Dawson Prejean, Lawrence Mitchell, Navarre? Braves have Wallace out there, 1st and 10. 3:12 to go. They do not have any timeouts. Wallace gives it to Miles, and we have a flag on the play, and it's a false start. Those are the ones that are going to give Sterling Washington some gray hair. That is one that the coach don't like when you get a first down opportunity and you commit a 5-yard pre-snap penalty. Now it's going to be 1st and 15. 3:03 to go in the opening half. And a reminder, as we said a second ago, the Braves do not have any timeouts. But they've got the explosiveness to not need them. And let's see if they can pop a big play here. They have trips out to the left. Wallace in the gun. Wallace will swing it out to Miles on the sideline. He's hit and dropped. A very minimal gain. Got some of the penalty yardage back, not a whole lot more. 2:36 and counting. I believe that Ascension Catholic has 2 timeouts remaining. I know the Braves don't have any. So do the Bulldogs, if they could get a defensive stop here, do they start calling timeouts to try to get the football back? It'd be the, I guess, $1 million question. 2nd down and about 14. Wallace in the gun. He's got a couple of receivers out to the right, sending a man in motion. He's going to roll out. He's been pressured, shoots it to the sideline, and it's off the shoulder pads of an open wide receiver. That one was Trey Thibodeau, who was wide open. It popped off the shoulder pads. He would have had a nice gain, and it falls incomplete. So it's 3rd and 14. 1:59 to go in the opening half. The clock stops after the incompletion. I don't think Thibodeau would have gotten the first down there, but he certainly would have gotten 7 or 8 yards and would have made this a more manageable 3rd down. We'll see if the Braves could make something happen. Connor Wallace is going to be in the gun. He's going to have Miles with him. They've got to get across midfield to the 45. Man in motion. He rolls out to the right. He steps into the throw deep down the field. Mitchell's got it! That is a beautiful pitch and catch to Kadar Mitchell at the 30-yard line. That is a terrible general first down. The clock stops to reset the chains with 1:50 to go. 30 more yards to go for Bourgeois, and a beautiful pitch and catch from Wallace to Kadar Mitchell. Now let's see if the Braves could punch it in. 1st and 10. The clock starts as the chains have been set. 1:30 to go. They'll hand it to Miles. He's going to be hit and stacked up. Very minimal gain. Good job that time by the Bulldogs defense. That clock is running, and the Braves don't have any timeouts. 1:18 and counting. It'll be 2nd down and 10 after no gain on the play. The Braves are marching. Winslow's going to check into the game and play some offensive line. Hassan will check out of the game. See if the Braves could get a push. 55 seconds and counting. The clock is grinding down on HL Bourgeois here. They've got to be aware of it. Wallace. Inside handoff to Miles. Miles bouncing outside. Tripped up. Good open field tackle. The clock's going to continue to run. Bourgeois got to be very aware. They're now 35 seconds and counting here. They are running out of time in a hurry. The clock is becoming a big factor. Now down to 25 seconds. They do not have a timeout. It is 3rd down and 6. 20 seconds to go. Do they just throw it into the end zone here? Wallace, straight drop, steps up. He is going to throw it to the end zone. Incomplete. It was intended for number 8, Celestine. It falls incomplete. There are 12 seconds on the clock, so now HL Bourgeois probably on 4th down will just throw it down the field, see what happens. You don't figure that there would be any type of field goal try from this far away. The offense is staying on the field. 4th and 6. But the bigger issue is the 12 seconds on the clock. If Bourgeois does get a 1st down, they got to hurry up, run to the ball, and clock it. Wow, those chains are getting set. Wallace in the gun. Low snap bounces to him. He corrals it, throws it down the middle, and it's incomplete. And that is going to be a turnover on downs, and Wallace missed a wide open receiver that time. Cole Guidry was running down the middle unguarded. They're going to watch that one back on film and are going to probably regret their decision-making there. 7 seconds left in the half. Does Ascension Catholic do anything here, or do they just sit on it and take a knee? It looks like they're going to sit on it and take a knee. Kind of lining up in that victory formation look. Maybe not. Quarterback's going to maybe drop back, maybe put it in Elsie's belly, see if they can maybe pop one here before the halftime break. Nope, they're taking a knee. So that is the end of the first half. HL Bourgeois gets the ball first, drives down the field and scores. Ascension Catholic gets it second, drives down the field and scores. The only difference in the game so far, a missed extra point. We're at the half. It's opening night. High school football season is back. We've got a good one here from Tom B. Smith Stadium with the Braves up by a point. Thanks for watching Bayou Sports.
Hello, my name is Tyrese Edwards. I play for South Lafourche High School and I support Bayou Sports.
My name's Courtney Dewey. My name's Cameron Ojino. I'm Kaylin Hyder. My name's Phoenix Bure. I'm Julie Conley. I'm Caitlin Luke. I'm Caroline Hebel. My name's Connor Wallace. I'm Marley Robert. My name's Paige. We are the South Lafourche Varsity Volleyball Team and we support Bayou Sports. Go Stars!
It is halftime here at Tom B. Smith Stadium. HL Bourgeois leads Ascension Catholic 7-6. Casey just clear here. On opening night, we've got about another 5 or so minutes left of halftime. The teams are just slowly making their way back out onto the field. Just to kind of recap the first half, and then want to thank some of our sponsors for allowing us to be here. HL Bourgeois goes down the field with the first possession, and using a combination of Malik Miles at quarterback and Kadar Mitchell at running back, they go straight down the field and get a touchdown. Actually, it was Kadar Mitchell punching it in. Both guys had some long runs during the course of that drive, so Bourgeois went ahead 7-0. Ascension Catholic did the same. Their first drive, straight down the field, like clockwork, they punch it in. The difference in the game right now, though, is that Ascension Catholic missed their extra point, which is allowing HL Bourgeois to have a 7-6 lead here at the half. Ascension Catholic will get the football first to start the third quarter. And before we mute the mics again and enjoy the rest of halftime, let's thank some of our sponsors for allowing us to be here. Some of our amazing sponsors this football season. State Bank and Trust Company, Cajun Banking, served just the way you like it. We appreciate their support so much. Look, I got to shout out my nanny, Mima's Cajun Cuisine in Golden Meadow. Go visit my nanny, Lori. Get you some lasagna. Get you some a Bubba Burger. They got so many great things to eat out there. One of our big sponsors this season and our first down sponsor, Terrebonne General Health System and the Community Sports Institute. We thank them so much for everything that they do. How about the law office of Jure Jean-Bon Jarreau, LLC, attorney and notary? If you've got any legal needs, give her a call today, 985-693-3308. Give her a call today. We've got Dufresne Building Materials with locations all over the state of Louisiana and even a location in Mississippi. Experience the Dufresne difference. They're going to take care of you guys and do a wonderful job for you all. Lady of the Sea General Hospital, compassionate medicine close to home, still recovering and rebounding from the damages of Hurricane Ida, now in their modular facility with their permanent full-time facility in the works. Joe Septic Contractors, on call 7 days a week, 24 hours a day for all your fencing and septic needs. I want to send my personal gratitude to Chad and Trixie, A, for supporting Bayou Sports, but B, for just being there for our community. Anything our community needs, they're willing to help out. They're willing to lend a hand. We cannot forget about our friends at Rev, RTC, eTel, and Vision Communications are now Rev. Visit them today, letsrev.com. How about our friends at DTB Clothing? Go visit Nick and Claire for all of your clothing needs. If you're listening to this and you're a fan of a team in the area, and heck, they've got a lot of South Lafourche and LCO and Golden Meadow gear for the folks down the bayou. But if you want an HL Bourgeois or Vanderbilt or a Terrebonne shirt, give DTB a call. They're going to customize that stuff for you, and they will make it work. How about our friends at Golden Motors, where price is priority? Give them a shout today. Our friends at Golden Motors, we thank them so much for their support of what we're doing here at Bayou Sports. Bon Terre Credit, another big supporter of what we do, just renewed their sponsorship for football season. We thank our friends at Bon Terre Credit. If you've got some credit needs, go visit them and they'll get you taken care of. You guys have probably noticed on the website that we have just launched our Power Player of the Week. Well, guess what? Our Power Player of the Week is sponsored by the Gen Gators. We thank so very much so Travis Terrebonne and all the folks out there with the Gen Gators. And look, we got some big plans. Our Player of the Week is going to be awarded to a young man or young woman who's going to be excelling in our local area. And Travis got some goodies for those folks. So we'll get them to go visit the office and get their picture taken and all that good stuff. State Farm agent Ashley Barrios, give her a call today, 985-632-0988. Ashley's on the back road and cut off on the Cote Blanche Connection link, 192 Highway 3161 in Cutoff. How about Four Horsemen Tackle, established in 2017? Who doesn't like to fish in Southeast Louisiana? Four Horsemen Tackle got you covered. I got a couple of more. How about Lafourche Concert and Events Club? Give them a shout out today, LafourcheConcertClub.com. And then we've also want to thank James Cabarack, Knights of Columbus Insurance. Give him a call today, 985-258-0510. Let's rattle off a few more. Snowed in and cut off. They do such a wonderful job with all the snowballs and all the delicious things they have. And then we also want to thank New Gym Construction LLC. The fact that I couldn't get to all of our sponsors is an incredible problem to have. But we also want to thank Express Well. Let's see if we could sneak a few more in. We want to thank Danos, Core, All-American Roofing, the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation. We've got so many wonderful sponsors, and we thank them all so much for supporting what we do. Let's rock and roll with the second half here. Bourgeois will be kicking it away. Tom B. Smith Stadium is the site of tonight's ball game. The official is not happy with somebody here in the press box. Let's rock and roll. We've got our third quarter underway. There's a pop-up kick that'll be fielded at the 20-yard line, working up the field, and hit and dropped at the 33-yard line is the return man. So the Bulldogs will take over there. First and 10 for the Bulldogs of Ascension Catholic. LaBeouf will be in the gun. I think Bourgeois had a couple of their coaches locked out of the box. That's never a good thing. LaBeouf is in the gun with LZ. Waits for the snap. He's going to roll out to the left, looking down the field to the sideline. It's dropped. So they were trying to get about a 12-yard pass towards the sideline and just couldn't quite get his squeeze on that one as it falls incomplete. I got to tell you, Ascension Catholic last year was an extremely explosive offense. I was expecting to see them score a lot of points. I was expecting this one to be a shootout, but instead we've got a defensive struggle here on opening night. Second and 10. LaBeouf will hand it to LZ, breaking through the line, and he's going to be running for a while. He's looking to bounce outside. He's across midfield, gets up in the air, and is dropped at the 38. So a sweep run that time for the Bulldogs gets them a first down, and they're in business to start the third quarter. Be first and 10 at about the 40. But boy, Bourgeois has been in this spot virtually the whole game with their defense back against the wall, and they have come through so many times. LaBeouf in that pistol look, directing traffic. He's going to hand it to LC, bouncing off the left side. Big old hole spinning. How far is he going to run? He's inside the 20. He's dropped at about the 15. That is a really smooth run that time from the Bulldogs tailback, and it's another first down. So Ascension Catholic has come out in the second half with some life, and they're looking to take their first lead of the game. They're about 16 yards away from doing that. Let's see if Bourgeois could stiffen up here. First and 10, ball at the 16-yard line. They're going to toss it to LZ. He's going to try to bounce outside. He's hit, and he's slung down at about the 8-yard line, but another nice gain that time for the Bulldogs. I mentioned it in the first half. I thought that they got away from LC, and I thought that that was a problem for them. Their first drive, they were running the football effectively. Thought they maybe got away from that a little bit, got away from the power looks. Ball's at the 9. It's going to be second down and about 4. And Bourgeois is going to have to call a defensive timeout. You know, that's something that the Braves struggled with in the first half. They used all 3 of their timeouts pretty early, and now they use a third quarter timeout just a minute or so in to get their defense settled. Let's take it with them. It is 7-6, but Ascension Catholic's knocking on the door. Thanks for watching. It's opening night here on Bayou Sports. All right, welcome back. Out of the timeout. Let's see if HL Bourgeois' defense could get situated. LaBeouf will be in that pistol set, strong side of the field to the right. Let's look at these snaps. They've been a little high. That one's right on the money. LC will get it. He's hitting the backfield, spins out of it, and he is going to get to the outside. He's going to get into the end zone. They had him for a loss in the backfield, and that's just a great playmaker making a play. He spun out of the tackle and got into the end zone, and the Bulldogs will take a 12-7 lead pending the extra point try or the 2-point conversion. Looks like they're going to try to go for 2 and get the point back that they lost on the missed extra point. 9:53 to go in the third quarter. Ascension Catholic strikes. I don't know. It looks like they may be attempting to try. They're in that swinging gate look. The Braves better get lined up. They do close the gate, but boy, there was a numbers advantage for the Bulldogs that they could have taken advantage of. Now let's see if they can hammer it home. They missed their first extra point of the game. The snap is there. The kick is right down the middle this time. That one looked much better. Ascension Catholic gets the football first in the third quarter. They go down the field. They lead 13-7. We'll be back in a minute. Bourgeois tries to answer. Thanks for watching. It's Bayou Sports. All right, so let's see if the Braves have an answer. They fall behind for the first time tonight. Ascension Catholic goes straight down the field and scores a touchdown. Elsie with a beautiful touchdown run. He was in the grasp of the defender, spun out of there, and then made a beeline to the corner of the end zone for a score. 13-7 the score. The Braves have some explosive playmakers. We'll see if they could get their offensive mojo going. Still very early in the third quarter, 9:53 to go in the third quarter. We await the kick. They've been coming with some pop-up kicks. Let's see if they kick this one down the field, and it is another pop kick, and it's going to be offsides. So that'll be 5 yards farther back. Offsides on the kicking team. They'll be kicking it from the 35 this time. Give a little extra room for those returners of the Braves to maybe pop one. So the ball will now be at the 35-yard line. And they got to be careful not to do it again. So what we're looking for there on offsides, no one on the coverage team is allowed to cross the line of scrimmage before the kicker kicks the ball. It's a pretty obvious one the last time. Let's see if they clean that up here. Here's the kick. They do much better that time, no offsides. The kick will be fielded at about the 16-yard line, working it on the sidelines, across the 30, across the 40, and hit and dropped at about the 43-yard line. Nice return that time for HL Bourgeois. I believe that was number 11, which would be Braden Bro. So the Braves will take over with good field position and a chance to try to regain the lead here. They've got to find some offensive juice. Scored on the first drive and have not had any luck since then. Still plenty time in this one. 9:49 to go in the third. They move the ball back to the 42-yard line. HL has been rotating quarterbacks in and out. It is Miles with the trips. Miles sending a man in motion. He is going to keep it, and he's going to be getting a nice gain, falling forward about the 47-yard line. So that's a gain of about 5. Good strong run from Malik Miles that time. The thing about Malik Miles that I would be worried about if I'm Ascension Catholic is he is going to keep coming and he's not going to slow down as the game goes on. He's one of those backs that he continues to push and push and push, and in the fourth quarter, he's usually at his best. 2nd and 5. They hand it to Mitchell off tackle. He cuts in, and he's got a terrible and general first down across midfield. It's about the 47. So that was Wallace at quarterback that time. Handed it to Mitchell, and he gets the terrible and general first down. Clock will start now that the chains are set. 8:55 and counting. Bourgeois trying to retake the lead after surrendering it to start the third quarter. Wallace with Mitchell again. Man in motion. They'll hand it off on the sweep to the outside, looking to turn the corner, and this one's going to come back. It's a very short game, but a pretty obvious holding penalty on H.L. Bourgeois. The young man blocking out there just wrap tackled the defender. So that one's going to be a 10-yard violation on HLB, and that's going to put them behind the sticks. They got 45 that time, Navarre. He's throwing his hands out saying, I don't know what I did, but you tackled him, brother. That one was a pretty easy one. It is a hold, and it is on H.L. Bourgeois. The problem is it's a spot foul, and he did it behind the line of scrimmage, so now it's going to be first and real long. And this is an offense that, boy, they don't like to be behind the chains. They like to stay ahead of those chains. Be first down back now to the 43-yard line. See if the Braves could pop a big play here and get themselves back ahead of the chains. Wallace in the gun. Sending a man in motion, and the ball's on the ground. They're fighting for it. I think Bourgeois fell on it. So HL will keep possession, but it's a dead play after they lose about 3 more. So it's going to be second down and a mile now for HL. Looked like the timing of the snap and the motion was kind of disrupted a little bit. So second down and awfully long. The ball back to the 41-yard line of HLB. They've got to get to the 37 of Ascension Catholic. So you do that math, 9 plus 13 more is going to be second about 22 here, maybe 23. You're going to hand it off, inside handoff to Mitchell. He's stopped up and very minimal gain. So third and very long for Bourgeois here. Can they get a long play down the field? Or will they play it safe and just try to punt it and flip the field that way? They've already forced a turnover in the punt game by a muff return from Ascension Catholic. $7-12 and counting in the third quarter. Third and a mile for the Braves. Miles is going to take the snap. He's going to roll out to the right. He's going to look to throw, gets it to the flats, and not much there. It is incomplete, but even had it been caught, it would have been a gain of just 2 or 3 yards, and the Braves are going to punt it away. So a good defensive possession that time for Ascension Catholic with 6:59 to go in the third. And this is a very critical spot in the game for HL Bourgeois. They need to stop the momentum that the Bulldogs are beginning to build. Miles is the punter for HL Bourgeois. See if the Braves could convert here. The last time, boy, Ascension Catholic didn't even rush him at all, and he had all day, and he put one with a lot of air under, and it forced a fumble. Let's see. Again, they're not sending any pressure at all. Kicks a very nice punt towards the sideline. It's going to take a Braves roll. That is a pretty nice kick. That'll be killed at about the 19-yard line. So a good job by Miles, flipping the field, and now it's up to the Braves defense to get a stop. Midway through the third quarter, 6:50 to go. Happy you are watching with us. Boy, isn't it nice to be watching some high school football again here on Bayou Sports. We're at Tom B today. We'll be at South Lafourche tomorrow. South Lafourche and the Thibodaux Tigers. It's a rivalry matchup. Those two schools don't like one another a whole lot. Cross parish rivalry, a friendly rivalry, of course. LaBeouf in the gun. Empty set. Elsie coming into the set now. They're going to hand it to him, and he's got a nice hole, but it closes up quickly, and a really good tackle by H.L. Bourgeois. He had a big old seam. I thought he was going to bust that one, but the Braves closed it up quickly. So a good job that time defensively making an open field tackle and limiting him to a gain of 2. The Bulldogs do not have to run a play before the hydration timeout if they don't want to. It looks like they're actually going to maybe try to get off a play. No, 3, 2. Yep, that's the heat and humidity timeout. We'll take it with them. It's 13-7, Ascension Catholic. We're in the middle of the third quarter. 6 minutes to go. Thanks for watching on Bayou Sports. Play is going to resume. We apologize if you see a little moisture on the windows. The windows are starting to fog up here on a wet night. It is 2nd down and 8. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. It is going to be a handoff to Elsie. He's hit at the line, and he is dropped. Good job by the Brave defense that time, bottling him up and throwing him back. It's going to be 3rd down and long for the Bulldogs. Let's see if H.L. Bourgeois could get off of the field. 5:22 and counting in what has been a competitive and hard-fought game from start to finish. LaBeouf is a polished passer, but he's got a long down and distance to go here. It's going to be 3rd and about 8 or 9. Winslow's on the turf for the Braves. Boy, that's not what Coach Washington wants before a big 3rd down. He's probably your best defender. It doesn't look like he's injured. It looks like he's got an issue with his shoe. Like he's down looking like he would maybe be dealing with some cramps, but I think he just can't get his shoe back on. I think it came off. Yeah, he's going to stay in. It is not a cramping issue. It's an equipment issue for Winslow, so he will stay in. And fortunately, it's good to see that he's okay. So 3rd and about 8, LaBeouf in an empty set. Play clock not operating here at Tom B, but I don't see the official with his hand up just yet, so they've still got some time. LaBeouf looks to the sideline, steps up, looking to run. He's going to be hit, and he's got it. He's got the 1st down. Across the 30, he falls to the 32, got it by a yard or 2. So LaBeouf makes a nice play in the pocket and keeps the drive alive for his team. So now it'll be 1st and 10. Clock will start now that the chains have reset. And this game has really sped along. And especially now with Ascension Catholic having the lead and the football in the second half, you wouldn't expect them to be in much of a hurry. LaBeouf in an empty set. Elsie out there in the slot, sending a man in motion. They're going to hand it on the sweep. Can they turn the corner? The Braves hit him and drop him near the sideline. Short gain, a gain of about 3 or 4. Tell you what, this Ascension Catholic team for a 1A school, they do a lot of stuff. A very diverse offense. They run it, they throw it, they got a lot of playmakers. Now let's see if Bourgeois could flip that momentum back. They had the momentum a lot of the first half, but in the third quarter, it's kind of all been Ascension Catholic here. He gained about, well, I gave him only 3 or 4. He gained about 6 or 7 on that sweep. So my apologies. 2nd and short. LZ's got it on the counter. He's got near first down yardage to about the 42, 43 yard line. And that is, I think, a first down. We're waiting on the spot. And let's see. They may measure this. They haven't moved the chains yet. It looks like, from my point of view, he's got it. Yep, they're going to move the chains. It's 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 from the 43 for Ascension Catholic. That clock grinding down in the 3rd quarter. LaBeouf hands it to Elsie, bouncing outside. Got a nice gain across midfield. He's dropped at the 46. And that's another first down. Gain of 12. Nothing fancy right now for Ascension Catholic. They are lining up, they're running the football, and they're daring HL Bourgeois to stop them. I don't know if there's maybe a flag on the play. I don't see a flag on the play, but the officials are talking about something. And the chains have not moved. So let's see. We do have a flag, and it is holding, and it's on Ascension Catholic. I don't actually see the marker on the field anywhere, but it is a hold on the Bulldogs. So they'll be penalized 10 yards, and that'll negate a big run. Let's see if that could get them back against the chains and allow Bourgeois to maybe get off the field. Big break for Bourgeois there. They needed something to feel good about. They just got it with the holding penalty. The ball is back to the 36-yard line. 3:21 to go in the 3rd quarter. 1st and about 17 or so, with the hold being a little bit up the field. LaBeouf takes a look at the sideline. He's in an empty set. Elsie is kind of in that slot. Always got to keep an eye on him. They send him in motion. And now they'll hand it to him, and he's picking through the line. He's got a nice gain. He's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 45. So he's back across the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and about 8. Gain of about 9 or so on the run. They do such a wonderful job of disguising him. He'll line up at receiver, then he'll go back into motion and be at tailback, or he'll be in the slot. And they just do such a good job disguising before the play where he's going to be. 2:49 to go, 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs, trying to add to their lead. Can the Braves throw them back for a stop on a wet and rainy night at Tom B? LaBeouf, Braves sending a little pressure. They throw it to Elsie on a screen. He's hit, and he's dropped. Good job that time by HL Bourgeois, throwing him back around the 40-yard line, and it'll be 3rd and awfully long. And we have an injured player. It's an injured Brave. So an injury timeout. We'll take it with him. 2:29 to go. It's 13-7, and we got a big 3rd down play coming up when we get back. Thanks for watching. It's opening night here. Well, you know what? We'll keep it here because it looks like the young man is back up on his feet. 93 of the Braves, who I don't have on a roster. So I apologize if you're kin to that young gentleman. We don't have him on our list here. But the most important thing is that the young man is okay. Popped right back up off that turf. 3rd and 11 after the injury break. A huge play for HL Bourgeois. They need the football back. This game is winding down here. We've got just 2 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. In a 3rd quarter that has flown by. LaBeouf will be in the shotgun. Elsie will be with him. They've got to get to the HL Bourgeois 47-yard line. Trips to the left. 3rd and long. LaBeouf waiting on the snap. He's going to keep it on a draw. Winslow hits him and brings him to the turf. Good job by the Bourgeois defense that time. It's a gain of 3, but a very safe play call from Ascension Catholic. And let's see if they punt it away. It looks like they will. So Bourgeois does an excellent job. They get the stop. Good play by Winslow, and now the Braves will get the football back. Jaja Jones, the sophomore, is back deep to receive. First things first, you got to catch the football here. See if they could get the snap to the punter on a wet night. Snap is there, dropped by the punter, but they're not sending a rush, and he'll get it away. It's a wobbly kick. Get away, and it'll bounce out of bounds. So HL Bourgeois will get a good field position there. They'll take over at about the 36-yard line. That football is slick today. The punter dropped the football, and then he got the kick away, but it was just a wounded duck that went on over to the sideline. So with 1:29 to go in the third, Bourgeois trails 13-7. Can they punch one in here? The ball's at the 40-yard line. Will it be Miles? Will it be Wallace? That's been the magic question today for the Bourgeois offense. We'll see what they could do. It is going to be Miles in the gun. 1st and 10. Miles waiting on the snap. He's going to roll out to the right, trying to bounce outside, cutting inside, and picks up about 3 or 4. Minimal gain. Good tackle in open space by Ascension Catholic that time. $52 to go in the third quarter. It is a one-score game. You just got the feeling that this one's going to come down to the final seconds. Again, it's a wet and rainy night. You see kind of the moisture on the window here. We apologize in advance for that. 2nd and 6. 30 seconds to go. Bourgeois might be running the final snap of the third quarter here. Miles will hand it to Mitchell. Nice hole. He's got a first down and more. Cutting through the middle. Breaking tackles. He's dropped at the 32-yard line. That is a terrible general first down. Kadar Mitchell on the big run for HL Bourgeois. That is probably going to be the final play of the third quarter. The clock has already started back up. And if so, Bourgeois is going to take some momentum into the fourth quarter. And, yep, that will be the end of the third quarter. We've got 12 more minutes to go. Ascension Catholic 13, HL Bourgeois 7. Put on your seatbelts. We've got a good finish coming from Tom B. Here on opening night, it's Bayou Sports. All right, we got 1 quarter to go. HL Bourgeois just broke a long run from Kadar Mitchell. They are at the Ascension Catholic 31, trying to retake the lead. It's a 13-7 game as we start the fourth quarter. Looks like the Braves are going to have Miles at quarterback with Mitchell behind him. In a bunched-up shotgun set, Miles is going to keep this one inside the 30. Got to hold on to that ball on a wet night. He's dropped it about the 29. Short gain. The Braves have been reluctant to put it in the air tonight, and how could you blame them? It has been just a wet night. That football is slick. Both teams, by and large, have done a pretty good job protecting the football, all things considered. The Braves are awfully close to getting into the State Bank and Trust Company red zone. Here's Miles handing it to Mitchell. Mitchell cutting through, spinning, driving. He's into the red zone, and he's dropped at the 17. Kadar Mitchell just not taking no for an answer And he is now into the State Bank and Trust Company red zone. My goodness gracious, he's just got a gear that very few people his age have. He's a special player. Now can the Braves punch it in from the 16-yard line? Miles in the gun with Mitchell. Miles gets the snap. He'll keep it this time. Cutting on the inside the 10, driving. He's into the end zone. And H.L. Bourgeois is an extra point away from taking the lead on opening night. Mitchell had some long runs to get him there, and Miles drives the nail through to get it into the end zone, and now the Braves are an extra point away from taking the lead. We've been talking throughout the game, can the 5A school wear out the 1A school? Boy, in the early returns in the fourth quarter, H.L. Bourgeois is getting a push. Now can Colby Guidry hammer this home? Thibodeau's the holder. The snap is low. Thibodeau's going to look to run. He's got some green grass. And he got in! H.L. Bourgeois is going to get 2 points. Thibodeau did an outstanding job not panicking on the low snap. And H.L. Bourgeois says, you know what, we need 7. Well, let's go ahead and get 8. It is 15-13 Braves with 11:04 to go. We'll pause for a minute. We'll be back. We got one heck of a ball game here from a wet and rainy Tom B on Bayou Sports. It is opening night, and we've got a heck of a ball game. 11 minutes to go. H.L. Bourgeois just scored and converted a fire drill on the extra point. The low snap went right to Thibodeau, who picked it up and scampered into the end zone. It's going to be Braden Bro who scampered into the end zone. 15-13. Here's the kick. It's going to be fielded at about the 15-yard line, dropped. And it's going to be LC trying to reverse the field. He's going to be hit. He's going to be dropped. Jaja making a really nice open field tackle. The sophomore defensive back Jones pinning the Bulldogs back deep in their own territory. 10:54 to go. In regulation. The perspiration is starting to fill up the windows. We're doing the best that we can, folks. During the next commercial, I can maybe raise my tripod and get it a little higher for you guys. But we're doing the best that we can on a wet night. 1st and 10. They'll hand it to LC. He's got a nice gain, looking to bounce outside. He goes out of bounds. He's hit out of bounds, and that's a 15-yard penalty. That's a good call by the officials. So he's going to get about 8 or 9 yards on the carry, and then he's going to get 15 more on the penalty. So the 15-yard penalty will move the football forward. We just raised our camera up a little bit to get out of some of that dripping water on the windows here in the press box. Our iPad would have never survived had we gone out into the elements today. So hopefully we got a little bit of a better picture for you. It is 1st and 10 for Ascension Catholic. LaBeouf in the gun. Sending a man in motion. They're going to toss it to LC. LC with a nice hole. How far is he going to run? He's hit near the 40 and dropped. It's a gain of about 9. If I were an HL Bourgeois fan, I would fear that guy number 2 because he's a special player. You got to get the ball out of their hands here, get it back to your offense, and just try to grind this thing out. The clock is running inside of 10 minutes now. 9:47 and counting. It's second down and short. Low snap. Elsie's got it up the middle. He's driving, bouncing outside, going the wrong way. Now still dancing around. He's got the first down, but he had more than what he ended up giving himself by going backwards there. Boy, one thing that I'm noticing about HL Bourgeois, they are playing a lot of dudes both ways, man. You got Miles out there playing both ways. I see number 9 out there. That's Winslow. He's been playing both ways. And you see right now, actually, as I say it, they're dealing with a cramping issue. So big old 5A school facing a 1A school, but the numbers on the sidelines are about the same, and the Braves are playing a lot of two-way players. Do they have enough juice left in the pitcher to find a way to hang on with 9:31 to go? See some of the guys in that huddle hydrating, trying to figure out a way to polish this one off. The young man cramping right now looks maybe number 42. That would be Lawrence Mitchell, a sophomore linebacker. Ball at the 47-yard line. The clock is going to start when the official rolls the play clock in motion. And here we go, 9:30 and counting in regulation. LaBeouf in the gun. There's the snap, inside handoff, nice hole, picking through the hole, driving, still spinning. My goodness, it's a big old gain across the 40 to the 37-yard line. That was number 5 for Ascension Catholic. That was not Elsie that time. Let me shout out the young man who made that run. As Ascension Catholic showing they've got some different guys that could handle the football. Oh, I don't have my roster handy for the Bulldogs. My apologies. But it is first down. They're going to hand it off, turn in the corner, hit and dropped at the 32-yard line that time. So a gain of about 5 or 6 more. The Bulldogs are just doing a good job staying ahead of the chains. Bring up second and about 5. Clock inside of 9 minutes, down to 8:30. Number 5, by the way, is not on my roster. Go figure. I've been spending 5 minutes looking and couldn't find it. LaBeouf. We'll throw it out to Elsie in the flats. Can the Bourgeois make a tackle? Yes, they can! An outstanding open field play that time by number 7 of HL Bourgeois. That would be Riley Verdon getting a very slippery ball carrier down to the turf and setting up a big third down in about 6 or 7. It'll be 3rd and 7 for Ascension Catholic. The clock down to 7:50. 15-13 Braves. The Bulldogs are driving. Can the Braves stiffen up? 3rd and 7. LaBeouf with the hard count. They don't flinch. Big play here for both teams. LaBeouf waiting on the snap. He hands it to Elsie. He's picking through the line. He's got a big gain. He's got a first down. Dropped at the 25. It's no secret where they want the football to go when they're in trouble, and it's to number 2. He gets a nice gain, and he moves the chains. Clock becoming a little bit of a factor. 7:12 and counting. 1st and 10 for LaBeouf and the Bulldogs trying to retake the lead. Taking a look at the sidelines. In that shotgun set, he's got 3 receivers to the right side of the field. He's got a tight end to the left side of the field. They'll hand it to LC off right tackle. Big old hole. He falls forward near the 15. He's getting about 9 or so. He might even have the first down. There is nothing fancy about what Ascension Catholic is doing right now. They are lining up. They're saying, we're giving the ball to 2, and you guys got to tackle him. LC's going to actually leave the game for this play. Second down and a very short one. LaBeouf waiting on the shotgun snap. Shuffling his personnel. Handed off on an inside carry, lowering the shoulder as the bag down to about the 8. It is a first down. It'll be first and goal for the Bulldogs, which will lead us to our heat and hydration timeout. We have exactly 6 minutes to go. I have no clue who's going to win this ball game. It's 15-13 HL Bourgeois, but Ascension Catholic is driving. Keep it right here. It's opening night, and we've got a good one here on Bayou Sports. All right, let's do it. We've got 6 minutes to go in regulation. It's first and goal for the Bulldogs, trying to retake the lead here at the 8-yard line. LaBeouf in the gun. Takes a look at the line of scrimmage, now looks to the sideline. LaBeouf getting the shotgun snap, a run blitz coming, and they'll hit him and drop the balls out. Who's got the football? They're fighting for it, and Ascension Catholic's got it, and they might even go into the end zone with it. So the ball came out. Ascension Catholic fell on the football and then continued to drive forward. The officials are marking them down at the 1. Boy, what a break for the Bulldogs. HL Bourgeois, if they could have gotten that loose football, the entire complexion of this game could have changed. But instead, the Bulldogs are now about a half a yard away from taking the lead in the late stages. Elsie back in the game. He had taken a couple of plays off. I would be willing to bet you just about anything. He's getting the football here, and heck, looks like they're just snapping it straight to him. He's in a quarterback position. Elsie takes the snap off right tackle, and he is driving, and he's into the end zone. So Ascension Catholic has taken the lead. It's 19-15 here, and they go straight down the field and look pretty good doing it, running the football against a tired Braves defense. The clock reads 4:41, so the Bourgeois Braves will have some time. But it is getting late early here in Gray, or in Houma, rather, for the guys from Gray. Ascension Catholic is going to take a timeout to discuss this 2-point play. We thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here. We thank everybody for watching tonight. We're going to be tomorrow night in Galliano, South Lafourche, and Thibodaux. Catch us on the call for that one. A big old 2-point play coming up. Ascension Catholic has just retaken the lead. And why this is important is if the Braves score and they get a stop here, they'll go ahead. If Ascension Catholic converts and the Braves score, they would still need to make an extra point, which, as we saw on a wet night, has been a problem. So it is a 2-point conversion play. Elsie and LaBeouf in the shotgun. Sending a man in motion. They've been running off that right tackle. They roll out the quarterback. Now throw a bubble to the sideline. I don't think they got in. No, they did not. I apologize. My camera got blocked by the bar of the press box there, but they threw a bubble to the sideline, and H.L. Bourgeois did make the open field tackle. It was number 3, Jaja Jones. So the Braves hold up there. Let's pause. Bourgeois got about 4 minutes to go score, try to win the game here on Bayou Sports. All right, fellas, ladies and gents, are y'all having fun yet? It is 19-15, 4:41 to go. H.L. Bourgeois will have the football and 2 timeouts to try to go down the field and steal this one at home on opening night. Can the Braves get the ball to their playmakers? Can Mitchell and Miles and those big tough guys drive them down the field one more time? Bulldogs kicking it away. Here we go. Little pop-up kick. That is going to be caught at the 38-yard line. Very dangerous, but a good catch by H.L. Bourgeois there. So it is 1st and 10 for the Braves, trying to make it happen in the late stages of the game. H.L. Bourgeois won just a couple of ball games last year. This is a big stretch here to try to get to 1-0 in the season. Miles is going to be at quarterback. It looks like Mitchell behind him. Miles ran for the touchdown the last drive. Mitchell ran for a touchdown earlier in the game. Miles waiting on the snap. Hands it to Mitchell. Mitchell cutting through the line, has a nice seam, driving to the 44. So a heck of a first down, gain of about 6 or 7 yards for H.L. Bourgeois. Second down and short. The Braves back to the line of scrimmage. Miles will keep this one. Very short gain across the 45, but just didn't get a whole lot. It'll bring up 3rd down and short. They've got to get to the 48 there at about the 46. Clock is running, 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. So you got 2 plays to get 2 yards. It's as simple as that if you're H.L. Bourgeois. Time is becoming a little bit of a factor with 3:30 to go. It's been Miles. It's been Mitchell. Do they dare maybe try to fool him and give it to someone else here? Miles will keep it. He's got a first down to the 49-yard line. Falls forward. So a good, strong run from Malik Miles moves the chains. That is a terrible and general first down. But the clock is becoming an issue. Inside of 3 minutes, 2:53 and counting. The Braves still have 51 more yards to get. You figure for them to get there, they're going to have to get at least one big play, a 20, 30-yard chunk on this drive. Can they make it happen? Miles waiting on the snap. Gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell looking to bounce outside. He's hit and driven back after a gain of about 2 or 3. A good job by Ascension Catholic that time. Stringing it out. 2:21 and counting. Don't see any way that this one would go to overtime just looking at the way the scores add up. I think we're going to have a winner in this final 2 minutes, but the outcome is still very much in question with Bourgeois 48 yards away from potentially winning it, but they are running out of time. We're at the 2-minute mark. Miles will look to throw. He's flushed out, now looking to run, and he's dropped for a sack back on the other side of midfield. Miles had his eyes down the field initially. Bourgeois is going to call a timeout to stop the clock with 1:45 to go. It is going to be 3rd down and about 9 or so for HL Bourgeois. And now that they've just called that timeout, they have to get a first down here in these next 2 plays, or else Ascension Catholic will get the football back and will be able to just pretty much knee it out. Happy you're with us tonight on Bayou Sports. We have entertained you all with a wonderful football game. For the folks in our home area, I'm sure they're saying, hey, this would be an even more wonderful football game if Bourgeois could score in the final minute 45. They've got a big 3rd down and about 10 right here. Coach Washington directing traffic, trying to get the call to his guys. Miles is going to be a quarterback. He's going to have Mitchell with him. Are they going to maybe put the ball in the air, or are they going to keep it on the ground? We'll find out together in just a second. Still in that bunched shotgun set that they've been using all night. Miles will hand it to Mitchell. Mitchell across the 50, driving forward. He does not have the first down. He gained about 3. It's going to bring up 4th and long, 4th and about 7. The clock continuing to run, and it is becoming an issue for Bourgeois. And they're going to call their last timeout. So with 1:20 to go, HL Bourgeois calls their last timeout, and it's as simple as this. If they don't get 7 yards on this next play, they're going to drop to 0-1, and this game will be over. Now, if they do get 7 yards and they do get a Terrebonne General first down, the clock is still very much a factor because you're down to 1:20. You don't have any more timeouts. We said at the beginning of the drive they would probably need a chunk play, a 15, 20-yard burst, maybe a little more. Mitchell has given them some explosiveness. Do they have something up their sleeve to get them 7 yards here? That's step 1. Do you maybe come with a hard count and try to get the defense to give you 5 of the 7 yards? Maybe not a terrible idea. But here's the game right here. There's no other way to slice it. Bourgeois, to stay alive, has to convert this 4th down. Miles with Mitchell in the gun. They've got to get to the 41-yard line. They're at the 48. It's 4th and 7. Miles waiting on the snap. Trying to draw him off. Unsuccessful. Now takes a look to the sidelines. The coaches are directing traffic to the players. They've got the call in. Here's the snap. Miles flushed out, looking to run, and he's hit near the sticks, and he's got the first down. It is a Terrebonne General first down. Malik Miles to about the 39-yard line. But now, as we said a second ago, the clock is a factor. 1:12 to go. They do not have any timeouts. I think Miles got out of bounds, so I think that the Braves do have time here to get themselves settled. Yeah, the clock is not running. Miles is going to hand it to Mitchell. Gain of about 2. The clock is going to run now, and Bourgeois better get on the football. 1:04 and counting. It'll be 2nd down and 8. The clock grinding inside of a minute. 55 seconds and counting. The ball at the 38-yard line. Miles waiting on the snap. He's going to hand it to Mitchell. Mitchell will drive. He's going to get across the stick. No, just shy of the sticks. And that'll allow the clock to continue to run. The Braves are really in trouble with the clock right now. 30 seconds and counting. It's only 3rd and 1, but they are losing precious time. 25 seconds and counting. Miles will clock it, and it's going to be 4th and 1 with 21 seconds to go. 4th and 1, an interesting decision to spike the football there on 3rd and 1. Think maybe, hey, you just go ahead and run a dive play, then you get the first down, then you clock it. Now Bourgeois has put it to a situation where they've got to get a yard here. It is 4th and 1 with 21 seconds to go. They've only got 30 yards to go, but they've only got 21 seconds to get there. First things first, they've got to get a yard. The snap to Miles. He keeps it up the middle, driving. He's got the first down. He's going to get out of bounds. So HL Bourgeois' hopes are still alive. Miles gets them to the 23-yard line. That is a Terrebonne General first down with 17 seconds to go. Actually, they drained another second off of the clock, so 16 seconds to go. Bourgeois is right there. The ball is at the 23-yard line. They have 16 seconds to go, no timeouts. The passing game has really been a struggle for the Braves. I don't know that they have the time to run it here and get tackled inbounds and clock it. Wallace is in the game. He's the thrower. Wallace steps up in the pocket, throws it to the end zone, and it's incomplete. 11 seconds to go. The pass was intended for number 17, which is Cole Guidry. So you figure with 16 seconds there, that last play took 5. So you got probably 2 or 3 more shots at the end zone should you choose to do that. And you're maybe just trying to get Mitchell to win a jump ball, maybe trying to get, Guidry to win a jump ball. Wallace back on the field. 11 seconds to go. The ball at the 24-yard line. It is second down. Wallace gets the snap. Throws it as far as he can. Mitchell caught it! Mitchell driving. He's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 3. Kadar Mitchell makes the play. He did not get into the end zone, but he got to about the 4-yard line. There are 5 seconds left in the game. Now, HL Bourgeois has 1, maybe 2 plays from the 4-yard line. If they score a touchdown, they're winners. If they don't, they're going to be 0-1 and Ascension Catholic will be celebrating. Are you having fun yet? Miles is in the gun. He's going to keep it. He's going to get stacked up, and that's going to end the game. Ascension Catholic will get a goal line stand. Malik Miles carried the football in the final play, and Ascension Catholic is going to come on the road and get a 19-15 win over HL Bourgeois in a very, very entertaining football game. Your heart breaks for the HL Bourgeois players. They competed and fought their tails off. We said during the beginning of the drive they needed a chunk play. They got it from Mitchell, but unfortunately they couldn't get the last 4 yards that they needed. And I give Ascension Catholic credit, the 1A school toughens up down the stretch and clinches a 19-15 win. Thanks to everybody for watching, and thanks to all the folks here at Tom B. Smith for the hospitality. Our final score, Ascension Catholic gets a 19-15 win. Thanks for watching. It's just game 1 of a long season here on Bayou Sports. Can't wait to bring you more. Tomorrow night we'll be in Galliano. Casey Just Clear signing off. Good night, everybody.